generation. Big up every West Indian, it's a Windrush generation. There's a couple thing there that we have to discuss. From my people first come here, they call it Windrush. Come, they're working at the factory, I drive bus. Come, they're working at the hospitalers, night nurse. Come, build up the country, look at how they treat us. But anything we do with pride and purpose. Left with pretty little island for this ice and frost. What a way the place I call them on, Lord Jesus. Hey, Windrush generation, Windrush generation. This one a celebration of the Windrush generation. Windrush generation, Windrush generation. With the major no Jamaican, it's a Windrush generation. Windrush generation, Windrush generation. Big up every West Indian, it's a Windrush generation. Windrush generation. Powers for breakfast, it's a Windrush generation. From in the days of iration, long time my people traveling on migration. Still, we suffer hassle on the immigration, like we never come a yassa on the invitation. Face no passa and discrimination. How much harassment and humiliation, but Jaja give me strength for every situation. Big up my four parents, special dedication. Boom, Windrush generation, Windrush generation. This one a celebration of the Windrush generation. Windrush generation, Windrush generation. Antigua and Dominican, it's a Windrush generation. Windrush generation, Windrush generation. Big up every West Indian, it's a Windrush generation. Windrush generation, Windrush generation. Best believe we are the children of the Windrush generation. Never come a Britain to eat fish and chips, cause we have a leap of ackee as we national dish. If you ever go Grenada, see some hot spices. Big up all my people from the West Indies. No blacks, no dogs, no Irish, cause the English girl I love we are, we're so stylish. Come from the Caribbean but I'm a pirate. Sister every day a cold and grey and when I like it. Hey, generation, Windrush generation. This one a celebration of the Windrush generation. Windrush generation, Windrush generation. St. Kitts, St. Vincent and St. Lucian. It's a Windrush generation.
Big killer. Raggo Zulu Rebel. Yo, make some noise for Raggo Zulu Rebel, people. Are you crazy? I'll do it myself because he's a real chiller. You feel me? Yo, Raggo Zulu, man. I'm glad to have you in the building today. I'm very glad to have you in the building. How are you feeling?
I'm very good, you know, brother. And even I was good before I came.
Yeah.
And then you just gave me pure energy from my coming. Come like a fruit shot or something. Man, bare vitamins and minerals and just boost, man, with good vibes, you know. And two more gathering truth, you know, so them outside there. So we give thanks.
No, thank you, bro. Thank you. You know what? I couldn't wait to get you in the Powers for Breakfast studio, bro, because we play you every week, bro. Like, we do. It's the trillest we do. And it's an honour.
Do you know what? One hand can't clap, you know. So as much as man's an artist and man make music, without the people them that are supporting and playing man's tunes and getting man to the wider masses, we're useless. So we have to give thanks and appreciate that consistent support. Some man will play you one time, like, yeah, here you are. But, you know, think of, you look on telly, yeah, and how much mad messages you get every day. You look on the internet, how much mad messages. So we got to hit them with that same powers, but from the right energies in the same way. So thanks for that support, man.
You're right, man. How was your journey here?
It was light work, you know. Once I can big up my daughter Shiloh and big up Natty Roots back in. Yeah, it was light work still. Like, I thought it'd take me about an hour or so, but no, and I was there in about 25 minutes.
Where did you come from?
I'm coming from Southeast.
Southeast, yes, my G. Thank you for coming down.
South of the river.
But where did your humble beginnings start?
My humble beginnings started in Greater Manchester.
Whoa!
Yeah, man, a small little town. It's the biggest town in England. It's called Bolton.
Oh.
So when my granny come over here in the early 60s, she had a brother that was over there. She weren't feeling London. London was too busy.
What, so. Windrush generation?
Yeah, you see it there? You see it there? So when she came over, London was too busy, so she moved over to up north. Okay. And then that's where my mum grew up, and then I was born up there, but my dad's a Brixtonite, so I kind of grew up back and forth.
Moss Side and Brixton?
See it there?
Damn,
homie. See it there?
Real smoky settings up in here.
Yeah, man. Anywhere where the working class and the poor people there is a hub for creativity.
I salute to that, bro. There's no lie in that. Talk to me about your education then, because you was back and forth from Brixton to...
So I started, basically when I was young, Potts was a Rolling Stone. He was a little bit of a ladies' man. And my mum wasn't really feeling that. You know what I mean? So, so she splurted and moved over to East London. And then I grew up a bit in Thatcher a bit, in Leytonstone.
Oh, jeez.
And then she got my first house over in East, over like Forest Gate.
Mad!
So you telling me you're a Bonds boy, yeah?
I'm a Bonds boy.
Brown uniform and them thing, yeah?
Brown uniform to year 9, switch to black and gold. You get me?
I see you, bro. So I grew up near there.
You see, that's crazy. You know what? Like, it's crazy energies. We grew up in the same ends and we never even knew that. But here we are today on Powers. You feel me, dog?
You said it, Powers. All rivers lead back to the sea. You know?
Powers.
So what's family life?
Of the country.
Family life is, man, I'm a married man.
Okay.
You know, I got my wife. Big up my wife. Probably locked on, tuned in right now.
Salute
she might be busting up the rice and peas if they're not already done and set. I got my kids. You know what I mean? So, got my siblings. Got my community.
Good.
So we got nuclear family, and then we got the wider family, you know, and then we got the global family.
But you got quite a lot of things going on for you when you talk about global families. I've seen so much Zulu Nation stuff just floating through my timeline every day. Cuz
when I was young, they told me I got to be the change that I want to see. So as a young person, I saw lots of things that perplexed me or I didn't like or upset me in the world. Okay. And rather than sitting down and complaining, I just figured, because when I complained, no one listened and no one cared. So I figured, all right, what can I do to kind of change? So I can't change everybody, but I can build around me, and you plant some seeds, and hopefully my youths or the next generation will get to sit under the shade of those trees one day. So all I'm doing is just farming, peer farming.
See, I you feel that though? That's exactly how it should be.
Yes, sir.
That's that. People don't have the patience for that though.
We live in an instant era. You know what I mean? Like everything, there's a microwave era. Things that took years to do. Like when I was a youth, that man that had high grade and them something there. That's something that takes, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months to grow, and then they bury it and cure it and all the something. Now we've got the funk and flavors on it, and that thing takes 3.5 months. And like, you know what I mean?
It don't make sense.
All right, food. See, I said rice and peas. Yeah. The peas have to soak overnight and them something there. But man wanted some Jamie Oliver microwave. Bang. So eat telly. We used to have to wait till a certain day a week to watch our Fresh Prince at a certain time, and if you missed it, you missed it. Now we're on demand. You press a button and everything you want is at your fingertips, which is not the worst thing in the world, but it robs us from being able to wait, to value.
Patience is a very important thing out here. I go by the 3 P's. Not the marketing P's.
Yeah.
Potassium, protein, and patience.
See it there. So we live on greens and beans.
Greens and beans. You see it. But bro, I got you in the studio today because I respect you as an artist. Like, I feel like your work rate is out of this world. Like, not a lot of people can touch your work rate, from what I can see.
Yes, sir.
And the songs that have hit me, blood.
Yes, sir.
And you know this. We were shocking in here about 20 minutes ago. Crazy. You get me?
Jungle Mania in here.
The Jungle Mania in here.
Medea, Powers for breakfast. If you never had your breakfast this morning, you're gonna get your belly full. Yeah, Powers in their system. Okay. Seek Jah first, everything come after, you know? Rastafari, I. Lord of mercy, let we get a blessing for the desperate and the thirsty. Clean my heart and soul because you know my Anna dirty. Every year to live to see another anniversary. Lord of mercy, hey, Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy for the help we feed the homeless and the hungry and chase all the evil out the country. Bump, bump. Quick, draw the pumpy, one gunshot for every Andy. Clean water for all the thirsty and guide every pilgrim on his journey. Cause this world is merciless, filled with filth and dirtiness. Cleanse us with your holiness, cause holy next to godliness. Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy. Bless my wife and Pickney, we're missing again. Mercy, let we get a blessing for the desperate and the thirsty. Clean my heart and soul because you know my Anna dirty. But every year still live to see another anniversary. Mercy, Lord of mercy. Over everything, just put the Father firstly. Bless me and anoint me, said I know they cannot curse me. Do you hear my prayer like I in there on a prayer sheet?
Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy for my sin, and have mercy upon my kin. Cause the world is full of things, trade your soul in for the gems. Catch a couple wins and then get murdered for your skin. So we make a joyful noise like Sunday service singing hymns. If I see my brother stranded, then I cannot bring him in. Cause everywhere I look around the world they're killing him. Hey, Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy, please protect my family. We're missing again. Mercy, let we get a blessing for the desperate and the thirsty. Claim my heart and soul because I know my hand are dirty. But every year still live to see another anniversary. Lord of mercy, mercy over everything we put the Father firstly. Bless me and anoint me, said I know they cannot hurt me. Do you hear my prayer like a in upon a prayer sheet? Lord of mercy, hey, for I guide. Narthex side, just past the chalice on the left hand side. Yeah, Lord of mercy, let we get a blessing for the desperate and the thirsty. Clean my heart and soul because I know my hand are dirty. But every year still live to see another anniversary. Lord of mercy, Lord of mercy, over everything we put the Father firstly. Bless me and anoint me, said I know they cannot curse me. Do you hear my prayer like I end upon a prayer sheet? Lord of mercy, Lord have mercy for my sins and have mercy on my kin. Cause the world is full of things, trade your soul in for the gems. Catch a couple wins and then get murdered for your skin. So we make a joyful noise like Sunday service singing hymns. If I see my brother stranded, then I cannot bring him in. Cause everywhere I look around the world they're killing him. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
How your career started? How long you been doing music for, my bro?
So I started writing lyrics in 1996, officially like writing my own lyrics. Prior to that, I would hear other people's lyrics and I'd love the lyric, but there'd be one or two lines wrong, or it'd be a couple words or whatever. So I'd start studying the assonance, do you know what I mean? Or I'd start studying the cadence or little bits and bobs and think, no, but if you just change that, and I'd rewrite the person's lyric with the little bits. And then I used to mess around with adverts. Like I'd just be in my house. I got siblings. But I'm the only one, my mum's only child.
So are you saying you used to use the flows and just change the words for me?
I would just I'd even keep the lyric. But the one or two things I thought, like the lyrics flowing, and then it started with changing little things like that, and then it turned into adverts. Like, I don't know, there'd be, a Kellogg's cornflake advert with a song in it, and I'd remix it and dubplate it and be like, yo, mum, da-da-da-da-da. So,
but to be fair, you rap like you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah,
the flow's solid.
Yeah. So 96 is when I stopped. I stopped the remix thing and whatever. That was a studying phase. And from 96, man, started writing lyrics. I might not have been amazing. I used to feel I was amazing.
And what was the first genre you got into?
It was rap. It was hip hop. Do you know what I mean?
High influence, power healing our people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's real hip hop.
And you see, hip is to be aware of something. When you're hip to something, and hop is the movement. So it's to be aware of what's going on around you, you know. It started with hip hop, but obviously there's lots of influences. 96, you got garage and these things. You just come at the end of jungle and them thing there, Raggo and that, like dancehall queen and that come at them kind of times. So I live in London. All these amalgamation of cultures just bubbling, but kind of hip hop, Fugees, that come with the ooh la 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 and all them something there. That come out.
The score.
Yeah, I went Barbados for the first time because my mum's family's Bajan.
So where you from? Sorry, we didn't get that.
Mum's family's Bajan, dad's family's Jamaican.
What side do you resonate with more?
I'm just African, bro. That's where you get Zulu from, innit? Do you know what I mean? I'm not man directly be from, Swaziland and them sides there, but man deal with the root, the motherland, and then the whole diaspora. See? And wherever we go.
This is why I like Raggo Zulu. He's not playing games. He's straight to the point.
Yeah, man. So like I've taken a journey that took me from Africa and from these places, and we went through the Caribbean, and there's certain cultural identities that come with that, and I don't disregard them, but I can't trade an island for a continent. That don't make sense. That's not a good trade.
So smart, wise man. You sound like a wise man. I can't lie to you. But let's get back into this music thing, bro. How much albums and mixtapes have you got?
So I've got albums.
Sorry, I got to say that because I tried to look for some of his music. I found them all, blood. It was
there's even more than that.
Long list,
There's more than that. So there's 8 albums out now, and I got one last. We was talking earlier about retirement. Yes. I got one more in the bag. It's been done for a little while, but it's been sitting there waiting for the right time.
Whoa! What's this retirement talk? Explain to the people then. What's this retirement talk we're talking about, bro? Because
I was a solo artist from 96.
Your style's timeless.
I was a solo artist from 96, and I worked with enough people, but I was doing me. But like I said, it's about the nation now. It's about building. I see when I started this, it was ones and ones. Now I see enough of these trees growing. Do you know what I mean? So it's time to help people water and flourish their things. Enough time it's the people behind the scenes that make things happen.
Facts.
So taking some of my powers and just, like how these secret societies move. They move in secret. They don't see them. They just make the things happen. And they just disappear into the background.
You live through them.
Right. And support them and give them some of the guidance and counselling. Like the Nation's a label. We've got lots of young artists that we work with and develop. We do workshops. Even my brethren and people like yourself that are doing great things. Yeah. It's about coming and putting my brand in a line with that to make their things strong. You
do events also, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We do. We've got a monthly poetry event. You'll have to follow up the Raggo Zulu Nation page for the details.
I've seen them still.
Yeah, we've got a monthly poetry event. And over the years we've done too many events to mention, but just keep our eyes on the Nation page and you'll see what we're up to.
My eyes are locked in, bro.
Yes, all 100 of them.
All 50 bandits are watching you right now, my brother. Is that true? Yo, big up yourself though, because this music game is a long, painful journey. Yeah,
and it can turn you sour. That's even part of the reason why man ain't trying to. Like, I want to enjoy it. I got to a certain type point, and sometimes it's not always fun. It can be troublesome, it can be chafing, it can be irritable. So the retirement thing was something where it was like a girl that I used to love and I obsessed over her. But to obsess over nothing ain't good. It's like a flower. When you pick it, it's going to die. So I just want to come back and keep watering it so it grows.
And if you love it, you'll leave it alone.
Yes.
You see that?
I think DMX said that, man. When you love something, he's probably referring to his dogs, you let them go. And when they come back, you know they're yours.
Hey. Shout out Darkman X, man. Rest in powers, my brother. Rest in powers. So, how long have you been performing? No one starts rapping and performing straight away. So how long you been on the scene performing? I
did my first gig in, I think, 1999. It was called Ask the Mayor. I'd done gigs before because I was in youth theatre, but generally they was mainly acting, sometimes a bit of dancing. I hate dancing and choreographed dancing, but it's what you got to do to earn your stripes and these things. So it's 1, 2. With all that Boy Blue dance group, big up Kenrick, Sandy. And then what happened was DJ Excalibur and John Z.D. put on a show called Ask the Mayor, and it was basically about young people from the community asking the mayor, I think it might have been Ken Livingston back then, about what our issues were. And I got 16 bars to rap, not in the script, because normally they give you a character and you have to play the role and rap those. I had 16 bars to say what the hell I wanted. They gave me the Method Man to Cal 2000 rhythm and let man go. Me and a couple of my friends, and we're still friends to this day. I was bitten, I was smitten like a vampire bite your tongue. Yeah, that's how it come like. I was bitten by the hip hop bug. I didn't want to do nothing else. I didn't want to act again. Weren't interested.
So I'm going to swing it back to the retirement thing.
Yeah,
you're not really retired, then, are you? You're just flowing. If you like a song, you're going to do it, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm a creative vessel.
But you're just not pushing yourself out there.
Alright, so you see one time Mike Tyson was the baddest man on the planet. He's knocking everything out, going for championships and belts and da-da-da-da-da. Mike's still knocking dudes out to this day, but he's just not going for the belt. You get what I'm saying?
Mayweather retired a couple of times though, and come back.
Even that, he's retired because he's not messing with his spotless 50.
I hear that.
Yeah, but he can still come and do a prize fight and get a bag here and so this man's moving more strategic these times.
Wise man.
Yes, sir.
Are you activist?
I'm active. I don't know if I'm an activist, but I'm active.
What's your most memorable time on stage?
Probably my first time on tour. I went in 2004, 2005. I went to Sicily, and I took a bunch of my brethren. At the time we had a collective called Exodus First Movement. RIP people like Joe Graham. He was a fellow Bonds boy. Big up man like Gilts, big up Rhino and all them man there, big up Danny D, big up Sweetness. Yeah, but some of us went to Sicily and we did a festival called Soul Music Festival. We had a headlining act, us and Kenrick Sandy from Boy Blue, and seeing like thousands of people on the stage. I wasn't even ready, but like I was ready, but I weren't. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't have our thing together, but that was the thing that made me get my thing in line. But seeing that many people coming on stage, mums, dads, grandmas asking for signatures, it was like, okay. I was about 18 at the time, and it was a great experience.
That was like a booster,
of course,
to continue.
Of course,
that's sick.
Of course,
that's sick.
Of course,
that's sick. So just you 5, yeah?
It was me and about 4 or 5 of my brethren, and we went out there. My DJ Psycho, and it was a mazza.
Are you spiritual or religious?
I'm spiritual. I don't per se do religion. I don't diss no one's religion. Like whatever people need as a structure to contact with spirituality. But my thing is Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to explain to the people what Rastafari means and what they stand for? Because I feel like people feel Rastafari is just Bob Marley and smoking weed, but really it's
a lot deeper than that. It's a lot deeper. And that's no even disrespect to Bob Marley, because through the works of the Wailers, in 10 years they spreaded the culture worldwide, where other religions or spiritual groups or faith systems have taken hundreds of years of crusades and war and bloodshed. In 10 years, man went out there with a couple tune his band and the whole world know what Rastafari is.
That's how powerful the positive vibrations can be.
All right.
Once it hits you, it's over.
When the music hits you, you feel no
it's
pain.
Over,
but yeah. Basic premise of Rastafari is His Majesty Imperial Haile Selassie I and his Empress. And that is a representation of the balance of mankind. Do you know what I mean? True mother and father, we all come.
Yeah.
That leads us back to my African lineage that I was telling you about.
Yep.
And culturally, Rastafari is about living as close to nature as possible.
Where does your lineage take you?
Back to Africa.
What part?
Oh, some of my family, they've done their roots back to the Ashanti and then people there in Ghana. But we don't even need to know specifically.
I hear that,
well, not that we don't need to know.
I hear what you're saying.
But through colonialism, transatlantic slavery, a lot of us don't know.
Facts.
And we're disconnected.
Facts.
But Marcus Garvey told us a tree without roots, it's got no future. So for those that don't know, it's for us to look back and to either directly research it or to even if you don't get on a plane and go somewhere, but getting culturally back into what it is to be an African or an indigenous being on this planet.
I think you're right with that, because when you deep it, them lines got put there, innit? So really we are one. No one's counting these things. Tribes are mixing, children are having children, and not children having children, but people having children, and new tribes are forming through that.
Of course.
So yeah, man, it's too deep to even think about things like that, but it is good
but it's to have a connection,
pinpoint it still at the same time. You feel me?
Like especially as in the diaspora, enough of us felt like orphans. And if you check it back to in the 60s and that before, or even before the 1930s, before His Majesty crowned and these things, and before Marcus told us to look to the east for the crowning of a king,
Yes.
A lot of us did feel like orphans. And when you ain't got a parent or no one to represent for you or no one to back it for you, you feel alone and you move mad. But through that connection back to our spiritual root, we find ourselves, you know?
Selassie, he beat Italy, didn't he?
Ethiopia conquered Mussolini or Haile Selassie, and that's a representation of, in Revelations you got the dragon, the beast, and they're trying to take down the righteous ones. And
so it's legit. Haile Selassie beat Mussolini, legit, yeah.
Well, Ethiopia is the only place that hasn't been conquered in Africa. You know what I mean? So that's a representation of our liberation for all of us, because one wins, we all win. You know.
I like the way I like your perception on that. To be fair, I do like that. To be fair. And
as well, these things happen in our time per se. Like my grandmother's born in 1927. He was crowned in 1931. I grew up with my grandma. Do you know what I mean? So we
she witnessed it.
All right. So, and even she wasn't even into no Selassie like that. But she's hardline Christian. But what I'm saying is, these are things that happen within. I've seen them on Times Magazine. Like some Rasta refer to the Christ and refer to him as a returning of the Christ. But we didn't. We can read scripture, but we didn't see that. That's 2,000 years ago. So in this time, in this Advent, in our times. We can see something that represents, and then we see it again and again every day. You see when they lick down enough, how long would they kill our prophets while we stand aside and watch? You see people like Nipsey and that, them and there's Ethiopian, them and their similar lineage, them and they're doing things for their community. So all of us have the potential within us to tap into that higher divine and do those divine works. You know, so it's for us to be that representation to the next one and pass that baton on and continue the lineage.
Salute. So everyone stood up when Marcus did say someone's going to rise to the king, rise to the east.
Yeah,
makes sense. Still.
And it's for us to rise, because that's why we're born here.
Garvey deserves more than he gets now, though, to be fair.
Of course.
He's fully.
But Garvey talk more than even now, more than then. Because them time there, enough man didn't see all W.E.D. Du Bois and all those kind of
them haters.
Yeah, enough of them man were haters, but I'm not on a divisive thing. Like you see, some man are gangbanging for spirituality or gangbanging for like I'm riding what. I appreciate all the works that all the elders did for us. You know, and it's natural within human beings. I got kids.
It's truth though.
They'll bicker and argue between each other, but we're all working towards a common cause. So I just take what I deem as righteous and build with that.
Okay. All right. Yo, guinea pig, that's all we really is. Big Brother TV series is, or at least it's what their theory is. Guinea pig, for the social scientists, got me as their guinea pig, and they got me furious, serious. Guinea pig, for the dirty Zionists, use me as their guinea pig, and then their wicked science test. Guinea pig, man I want see any pig, them no one for see we live and treat us like we're invalid. Fire for them dirty boy, they want take the whole world for guinea pig. Letting of them think them at all. Yo, put it up. Guinea pig, that's all it really is. Big Brother TV series is, or at least it's what the theory is. Guinea pig, for the social scientists, got me as the guinea pig, and they got me furious, serious. Guinea pig, for the dirty Zionists, use me as the guinea pig, and then their wicked science test. Guinea pig, man I want see any pig, them no one for see we live and treat us like we're invalid. Guinea pig, they don't let me live, want me running around in circles looking like an idiot. Tick box certificate, now we're not significant. Paycheck to paycheck, desperate to pick it up. Find a bank and stick it up, find a bricks and lick the truck. Every mickle make a muckle, but this lickle's not enough. Pressure pop on top of us, but now we make our exodus. When our backs against a wall, what all you all expect from us? Guinea pig, that's all we really is. Big Brother TV series is, or at least it's what the theory is. Guinea pig, for the social scientists, got me as their guinea pig, and they got me furious, serious. Guinea pig, for the dirty Zionists, use me as their guinea pig, and then wicked science test. Guinea pig, man I want see any pig, them no one for see we live and treat us like a guinea pig. Where the guinea is, do your research and the history, line of the lineage, from the times of the pyramid and before got minds like Imhotep. Civilization's foundation trace round a silhouette, so forget we never yet. Win our pamper, win our pet, win our fear and win our threat, and win our tech, not disrespect. Out in the open and indirect, we set off like a missile jet. Win our pamper, win our pet, win our textile in no disrespect. Guinea pig, that's who we really is. Big Brother TV series is, or at least it's what the theory is. Guinea pig, for the social scientists, got me as their guinea pig, and they got me furious, serious. Guinea pig, for the dirty Zionists, use me as their guinea pig, and then wicked science test. Guinea pig, man I want see any pig, that no one for see we live and treat us like we're invalid. Zion land, suited up like Iron Man, ready for the Gideon in case they try to spy on man. Conspire and lie on man, too many trial they try on man, but the conquering lion is the reigning champion. Trodden onto Zion land, breathe deep into the diaphragm, no need no map of the diagram in the DNA of everyone. Trodden onto Zion land, rod in the lion paw, scripture in the other hand. Guinea pig, who we really is. Big Brother TV series is, or at least it's what the theory is. Guinea pig, for the social scientists, got me as their guinea pig, and they got me furious, serious. Guinea pig, for the dirty Zionists, use me as their guinea pig, in their wicked science test. Guinea pig, man I want see any pig, then no one for see we live and treat us like we're invalid. Ayy, Powers for Breakfast live sessions. Powers. Rex.
Raggo Zulu, you wanna drop your socials?
Yeah. Everything is Raggo ZuluRebel. That's Raggo Zulu Rebel or Raggo Zulu Nation. Yeah. On Facebook, on Instagram, on Spotify, on YouTube. Also Raggo Zulu Collabo on YouTube. You can see all my collabs and the works that I've done with other people. And what I want you to do is I dropped an album with my brethren Motman last week, a little EP. It's called The Connerix. Come on, I slew in all dragons, slew in all demon and beasts. And yeah, it's produced by Michael Parkinson. I want you to go out and check that one out.
Mad. So what's next for Raggo Zulu Rebel though? What's next? What's the next plan?
You just gotta keep your eyes on the prize, because there's always I'm a man that keep 5 and 6 pots on the bubble, and when one of them is ready, we serve up. You know, so just keep your eyes on the prize.
This guy. Gems for days, dog.
Yes, sir. Man, a jeweler, you know.
Oh.
Not just Jacob, man, a jeweler.
I know we got a little bit of time left before we wrap this up. But what do you think's best for us as a nation to rise, and how do we rise as a nation? Because you're a man that speaks a lot of righteous things, and you seem like a man that's firm on his feet and knows where he's going. So how could you advise the ones that are lost and bring them towards a righteous path?
A chain's only as strong as its weakest link.
A chain's only as strong as its weakest link, for real, for real.
So we have to look at what the weak links are and try to build on them. We got to work on being less. We got to observe and assess, but judgment ain't always the greatest thing.
It does.
So my leaving Jerry's final thought for this discussion right there is, it's not what you can get, but what you can keep. It's maintenance. So what can we maintain and pass on?
Wise words from a wise man, G. This is why I like Raggo Zulu, bro. This is why I deep his music, because there's always a message in his music. And I'm a person, I love messages. I love music with a meaning. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't just take empty music, bro.
Well, man take on the moniker from my first album, Jah Messenger. So I have a responsibility to kind of put across some kind of a message or something of substance or worth. Do you know what I mean? I can't. Jah Messenger is all Luciano and them and there, yeah. So I can't.
Luciano,
I can't take on his moniker and come with foolishness.
No, you can't.
Not work,
you can't. You're hurting his name.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Well, people, that is Big Chiller Raggo Zulu.
Powers.